Shalom and welcome. This week's Torah portion, Vayera, contains many stories. One about Sodom and Gomorrah, another about the Akedah, the binding of Isaac. It also contains a story at the very beginning which deals with Abraham's offering hospitality to three strangers. This is among the stories we have of the great thing that Abraham made about being hospitable and offering hospitality to strangers. There's another story about this. One day, an old man wandered into their camp. He was tired and dusty from his long trek in the wilderness. Abraham invited him to come into the tent so that he could rest in the tent. But the old man refused, saying he preferred to sleep outside. Well, Abraham argued with him until he convinced him to come into the tent. Then Sarah brought him cool water and brought him cakes of meal that he gobbled down with gusto. After they had eaten, Abraham offered a simple prayer of thanksgiving. The old man watched him curiously. "What is this Adonai of whom you speak? I have not met this God or heard of him in all of my travels." Abraham replied, "Adonai is the one true God, the creator of heaven and earth. He sees all, but is unseen. I know only the gods of my youth. I do not have time, I'm so old, to deal with invisible gods. But don't you know that Adonai watches over the earth when the night falls? And who do you think causes the wind to blow? The power behind everything is the ever-living God. Adonai created you, created me, created the stars up above, and the sands under our feet. Don't you understand this, old man?" "I understand only the gods of my youth. I'm too old to believe in any other gods." Abraham then became angry. "Old man, don't you understand anything? Get out of my tent. I will not have anyone here who's so stubborn as you are." The old man gathered up his belongings and left the tent. Then Adonai spoke to Abraham. "Abraham, where is the old man who sought shelter in your tent? I have sent him away, for he did not believe in you. He denied you." God became very angry, and his voice struck at Abraham like a hot wind. "Abraham, you know nothing. For a long time I have sustained this old man. I have fed him. I have clothed him. Even though I was patient with him because he did not worship me. But you lost patience with him in only one night." Abraham felt a sudden sadness, for he had disappointed God. "Please, accept my apology." "I am not the one that deserves your apology, Abraham. You must seek it from the old man. Go, find him and seek his apology. So Abraham wrapped his cloak around his shoulders and went out into the desert night, calling out for the old man. And in a short time he found him, not too far away, shivering from the cold. "Please forgive me, old man. I was wrong to have chased you away. Please, come back and spend the night in my tent." But the old man forgave Abraham and went back to his tent with him and spent a very restful night. The next day, when the old man left the tent and went on his way, God again spoke to Abraham. "Now you understand more about me, Abraham. In the future, when your children sin against me, they will understand that I will not lose my patience with them altogether. No matter how much I chastise them, I will still remember my covenant with them. You and your children will always be welcome in my tent." And so it came to pass. Shalom.